So, here it is. Thank you, Fergus. It's funny how people know how to hurt other people, and people know that people that have went through that process, the gender dysphoria and all that, they're hurting them by saying that. That's hurtful, but it's not really hurtful. Otherwise, I wouldn't be like showing you it. I would put it in the category of just annoying, and it shows up that person for what they are. And so what do I do with that? Ugh, just ignore it. But I suppose this video is about dead naming. Is that what it's about? It's called dead naming. With Jim Rare Monkey. Right, so it's called dead naming. It's what it is. Let's look it up now. So like I say, I'm not really supporting this or any other thing or the other, but I would say just you need to be respectful to people is what you need to be. No, not kind. Kind sounds a bit. Be respectful, right? Here we go. So the fact that I'm doing this shows that I just think it's like, well, you can call me Fergus if you like, but that's not what the name is. So I think the other thing you could also remember with this is if you're trying to stop people from doing this, which I'm not really that bothered about, or why are you doing this video then? Well, yeah, is you just if you tell somebody no to do something, which is a part of the rejection of the trans movement, is that you can't force people to believe what you believe in or what you're pushing, and that's what's happening. So dead naming is referring to a transgender non-binary person by their birth name. Another interesting thing is Fergus isn't actually my birth name. But anyway, I said, okay, right, it's getting a bit confusing here. It's part of my names, yeah. Now, in Scotland, there was a way of doing it where you respected. That's Ferguson was the family name that was being respected, and the decision. There's a way of doing it which I can't explain, and you'll see a lot of women, and also in the central Scotland, with Ferguson's middle name, including Nicola fucking Ferguson Sturgeon, right? So Ferguson's a Celtic name, a Scottish name. It's fairly common. It's not that common, but it's fairly common. So it's quite a lot of people with Ferguson's middle name, funnily enough, which I've noticed. Never mind that, right? So dead naming is referring to a transgender non-binary person with a birth name or other former name after they have chosen a new chosen name, right? So it can be a deeply painful and validating experience for a trans person, potentially evoking feelings of unhappiness or trauma associated with their past life before transition, you see. So dead name is considered a form of disrespect and can constitute discrimination. So it can, as it fails to acknowledge a person's gender identity and chosen name. Why is dead? Emotional pain. So you're reflecting emotional pain on someone else. You're getting a narcissistic feed out of it, and that's what narcissists do, right? So they don't care. Invalidation, discrimination. In some cases, dead naming can be considered direct discrimination as a result of a person's protected characteristic of gender reassignment. Using dead name ignore their true identity can make them feel invalidated, disrespected, and unsafe. For many trans and non-binary, their birth name is associated with a period of unhappiness or trauma before they transitioned. How to respond if you make a mistake? Correct yourself and immediately apologise before you move on. Hear someone else down polite and subtly correct them. Be an ally. Don't ask for their dead name. So you don't ask somebody what their name was. A person's chosen name is their new name. Their former name should not be brought up by it unless they wish to share it themselves. Well, I suppose that's what I'm doing. I'm sharing it myself, you know. So don't make excuses. We're correcting a dead name instant. Do not make excuses or what the fuck. Or dismiss the impact of a mistake. Dead name is that called a transgender normal as their birth name. So they know it's offensive.